And students in Uvalde, Texas are heading back to the classroom as the community continues to mourn the 19 children and 2 teachers killed in the Robb Elementary School mass shooting. Efforts are underway to increase security at the city's public school campuses. There has also been increased police presence in the community despite continued strain between officers and residents over the police response to the shooting. CNN's Mike Valerio joins us now from Uvalde, Texas. Mike, good afternoon. Good to see you. Tell us, what is it like for the students returning to school today after that dreadful day?
Well, you know, I think I would have had sort of a multifaceted or a single-faceted answer a couple hours ago with students who just appeared afraid, and who could blame them after what they had seen, the wraith of memory that they had been dealing with for the past 3 months, and of course returning to school without 19 of their closest friends and 2 beloved teachers. But you know, within the past hour, and of course we want to be careful with the images of children that we show on television, but our team here in Uvalde has been able to see images in firsthand, children coming back smiling, genuinely excited to be back and pursuing a course of relative, in the most extreme sense, normalcy. So I would say, back to, you know, the beginning of the answer right here, a multifaceted picture. It's certainly complicated about how these children will face the school year ahead, how safe they will feel. It's just you know, it was a very complicated and weighty decision, parents have told us, whether to send their children back in person or to pursue perhaps a course of virtual learning. So we have seen that the majority of students have been able to come back in person, and they're taking this all in stride. But again, this is just day one with a few hours after all they had seen. We're going to be looking to see in the near future if any additional security measures will be put in place. What if any changes will be made to make sure that more parents and more students, more so than right now, feel safe?
Right, Mike, and right behind you we see, of course, a memorial with a lot of flowers. Talk to us about those children as well who were to come back to school but have decided not to. What is their story?
Well, you know, according to our count here, there are at least 160 students who have decided not to come back. According to the local authorities, there are 136 students who are learning virtually. So they are still within the school system, but I think an interesting tributary of that storyline are the 30 students who have decided from Robb Elementary School to go to a private school bordering the municipal school district, because from their parents' point of view, they see it as a safer option. But what families are running into for picking a route of private school, it of course is more expensive to pay for a course of private instruction rather than free public education. And this is a town where so many people are immigrating from Mexico or working class families, and it's extremely difficult for them to pursue that. So we know that 160, more or less, have opted not to return in person. That figure could change. Local authorities have told us they should have a better tally by the end of the day.
And Mike, lastly, we know that a lot of measures were to be put in place where security is concerned. We can see images of fencing as well. But has all that work been completed before kids returned?
Right. Yeah, the work has not been finished. There's so much left to be done, and the sharpest critics of the school district would say this is all window dressing. You know, the heart of the matter from their point of view would certainly be dealing with the profusion of guns here in the United States and ease of access. But what remains to be done, measures that the school board is putting in place, is installing 500 security cameras. That has not been finished yet. Putting in 3-meter-high fencing, that has not been finished yet around the school perimeters. Also, what has been put in place that is assuaging some concerns of parents are the addition of 33 officers from the state of Texas to take the lead in securing these school buildings and keeping children safe. The officers who were in Robb Elementary School on the day of the shooting, They are being relegated into a lower role of responsibility, supporting roles, and that has assuaged some concerns.
Okay, we'll leave it at that for now. CNN's Mike Valerio, appreciate the update. Thanks for joining us.